We've all heard some wild rideshare stories, from nightmare passengers to heartwarming encounters. But what happens when the passenger isn't, well, human? Today, we're diving into some of the most unsettling, true accounts from drivers who swear they picked up something truly out of this world. Buckle up, because this is going to be a strange ride. Our first story comes from a driver named Leo, who was working a late-night shift in a quiet suburban town. He gets a ping from a historic, old-money neighborhood known for its grand, slightly spooky houses. He pulls up to a massive Victorian home, and a woman in what looked like vintage clothing gets into the back seat. She gives him an address across town, a local cemetery. Leo thought it was odd, but it was a late-night fare, so he just started driving. The woman was completely silent the entire ride, staring out the window. When they arrived at the cemetery gates, Leo turned around to tell her the fare, but the back seat was empty. The doors were still locked. He hadn't heard a thing. He checked his app, and the ride had been canceled just moments after it started. Freaked out, Leo sped away and refused to take any more fares in that neighborhood at night. Next up, a driver in Arizona shares a story that will make you question what's really out there in the desert. She was driving on a long, dark stretch of highway late one evening when she saw a tall, slender figure walking on the side of the road. Thinking someone was in trouble, she pulled over. The person turned, and its eyes glowed brightly in her headlights. It wasn't human. It was unnaturally tall and thin, with limbs that seemed too long. Before she could even react, it moved with impossible speed and vanished into the desert darkness. She floored it and didn't look back. She's convinced she had an encounter with something not from this world. Our final story is a bit different. A driver named Maria accepted a delivery request, not for a person, but for a small, antique wooden box. The instructions were simple. Pick it up from an old antique shop and deliver it to a private residence. The owner of the shop was an elderly man who warned her, "Be careful with this, it's more active at night." Maria laughed it off, but during the drive, she started hearing faint scratching sounds coming from the box in her passenger seat. Then, a soft whisper seemed to come from it, though she couldn't make out the words. She was so unnerved that when she dropped it off, she practically threw the box at the recipient and drove away as fast as she could. What do you think? Just overactive imaginations? Or could these drivers have really encountered something supernatural? Let me know your own spooky stories in the comments below.